What's up, Cancer? How are you guys doing? It is time for your weekly check-in. We're going to see what's happening with y'all in the second week of September. So it's a weekly check-in. So it's just a short, quick, general, energetic overview. If any of you need a personal reading, you can always go straight to my website, tarotwithrich.com. But also I have a link for that right down here in the description. And for those of you catching this on time, tomorrow, Saturday, the 5th? Is it the 5th? Yeah. No, tomorrow's the 6th, isn't it? Tomorrow, Saturday, is going to be our next round of weekly live readings right here on this channel. You are able to pre-order on my website. As always, right now, the list of pre-orders is still very small. The ones who order first get read first. So you can read all about that down there in the description or on my website. $22.22. And the live stream will be saved with all the readings timestamped in the comments. So, all right, let's just jump into this. Let's see what we can tell you about your situation and the person you're dealing with in the second week of September. Six of Pentacles reversed, one-sided. Dealing with a one-sided connection. Maybe the person you're dealing with is just one of them people that just doesn't give two diddly dog shits about anybody but themselves, right? A me monster, you know? Could be an earth sign for some of you. Got a lot of earth energy in here. Well, and we also got the card throwing in the white towel. It's just so much damn drama. So much damn drama that it's getting to a point where you're just losing hope, I think. I think you want to hold on to the hope that this could see some success at some point, but you're just losing that hope. Losing the hope, losing the faith. Just really starting to feel like this is a lost cause and a waste of time. Not really seeing a lot of forward movement happening here either. Not really. If you are dealing with somebody that you're not in communication with, I don't know. I'm thinking that they're trying to poke. I think they're trying to dig a conversation out of you. Doing little things to get your attention and shit like that, you know. And you're holding off and holding back because you know that if you do, it's just going to turn into a bunch of drama, especially those of you who have been on and off with this person or repeated this cycle many times. It's getting to a point where you already know what time it is. You already know what it's going to be. Some of you dealing with an Aquarius also have Virgo, Leo. All right. I do think the person you're dealing with does have feelings for you, though. That's the funny thing. I'm having a hard time with this first spread here determining whether or not I want to say anything bad about this person. So far, now this is just the general overview. So far, I'm not seeing anything bad about their intentions. I could be wrong. We're going to look at their intentions here in a minute. So far, honestly, this just looks like two people who, for whatever reason, are in two completely different vibrational universes. This is what this is starting to look like. So, all right. Well, let's see. Let's dig in and look at all that good shit, man. Let's see their truest, deepest feelings, energies, and intentions. How do they really see you? How do they really feel about you? Eight of Pentacles. I think they do want to work on this. In their mind, they do want to work on this. The question is, do they know how? That's the question. All I really don't want to dig that up unless I absolutely have to, though. But I'm looking at intentions. I'm not looking at their actions. I'm not saying this person's an innocent little angel that hasn't done anything wrong. I'm looking at their intentions. I think they want to work on this. I think so. They be keeping a very close eye on you, to the best of their ability at least. Doing things to try to get your attention. Ah, there we go. Okay. There we go. Okay. All right. So that does it right there. Okay. So they want to work on this, but like I said, do they know how? Meaning, I think this is one of those types of cases where this individual believes that if you would just do things my way, this will work. You do things my way, right? And hey, we ain't even got to point fingers to talk about how that ain't gonna fucking work. It don't matter. I don't care who did what. Don't matter. You need to do things my way. If you would just start doing things this way, you would stop doing things that way, it would work. So that's, I think, what this person means by working on this. And I still don't really think you can fully trust them, though. You may hear this person apologize, but then that begs the question, if you're sorry, what are you sorry for exactly? Are you sorry because what you did was wrong? Or are you sorry that there was a consequence for what you did? Big old fucking difference. I don't think that this is the type of person who's sorry because what they did was wrong. I don't think so. This is the type of person who, if they can get away with it, they'll do it and not think twice. But if they get caught, now all of a sudden they're sorry, you know? As long as I can get away with it, I'm good. I ain't tripping. But oh, I'm sorry if you catch me. Then I have to suffer a consequence. I'm sorry, magically, you know? So, yeah. That's not solid, dude. That's just not solid. It's just not, you know? Okay. I almost doubted you there for a second, Cancer. I really did. I was almost ready to tell you that you just tripping. But no, you're on point. You on point. So again, let's see what signs I got here. I got Virgo, Leo, Taurus. Okay. Let's go straight to the advice. Doodle-doo, doodle-doo. Bum, 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 do 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 do. Is YouTube notifying y'all today? I haven't gone live today, so it should be notifying y'all. Everybody should be getting notified. Usually they wait until after the third live stream to stop notifying people. All right, what's the advice? Woo, you really want to think this through, dude. Now, see, here's the thing. The advice that would go for a situation like this would really depend on how many times you've been through this with this person. So I got to be careful and word this very carefully. For those of you who have not been on and off with this person, all right, whatever happened between the two of you, this is the first time it happened. What I would be doing right now if I was you is I would be laying some motherfucking boundaries. I'm not going to tell you not to reconnect with this person. But I will say, though, is before you do that, have some boundaries set. And you want to really ask yourself, how much of this am I willing to put up with? Now, this is a really slippery slope, but when it comes to a lot of things, I think most people deserve a second chance, right? When it comes to a lot of things, hey, we should all have a deal breaker, just as common courtesy to yourself. But as long as it's not one of your deal breakers, everybody just deserves a second chance, right? How many second chances do I give somebody before I realize that they ain't never gonna change? How many? How many times do I let you keep making the same fucking mistake before I realize that you're not making a mistake, you're making a choice? How much of this am I gonna put up with? Now, for those of you who have been on and off with this person, all I'm going to say is be thinking about how many more times you're willing to go on and off with them. At some point, you got to lay a boundary and stand 10 toes in on that boundary. Because, unfortunately, if you tell somebody, I'm not going to put up with this shit again, and you put up with the shit again, they ain't never going to take you seriously. I know we hope that everybody has like good intentions and that they can see that, man, that really hurts you. You're doing me a favor by giving me a second chance. I should appreciate that. A lot of people ain't like that though. If you give them a second chance, I got you. They gonna take full advantage of that. I know what buttons I gotta push. I know what emotional triggers to hit. I know what heartstrings to pluck. I know how to get what I want out of you. All right? So that's all I'm gonna say is be thinking this through. Because I'm gonna tell you what, it don't take long for a cycle to start. Don't take long. I tell you where I'm at. This is just me personally. And I don't know, I'm a little bit rusty. I haven't been in the dating game in a long time because I am very happily married to my divine life partner. But, you know, let's say that I was out there dating. I'm the type where, as long as it's not a deal breaker, I'll give you a second chance. Right? And I'm not saying you're not allowed to make that mistake again. I'm not saying that. I'm saying I want to see some effort. I want to see some form of fucking effort. If I see that you're taking advantage of the second chance and you think you got me in your mind, okay, I know how to get what I want out of you. I don't take you seriously. I got you. If I sense that for a minute, you're cut off. Nope. I don't see no effort, none. And I see that little look in your eye where you think you got me figured out. Nah, fuck you. Fuck you, block. I will go Aaron block a bitch on your ass. I'm gonna disappear so fucking fast, you won't even see me go out the door. I'm gone. Nope. That's the way I roll. I did a beeline straight towards my divine life partner with that mentality. It worked for me. Don't put up with shit. And it hurts. It's a painful path to walk. I'm not saying you can turn your feelings off. It hurts. Oh, I've had to walk away from some connections that tore me to pieces to walk away from. But when you put them boundaries, if you don't put some boundaries down, people gonna fucking take advantage of that. 100%. All right, let's see what's coming in for the singles. What we got coming in for the single Cancerians? Seven of Cups. So that's probably quite a few potential offers or options. I don't know. I'm just not really feeling like any of the options available to you right now feel right to you. Not really. I just don't really feel like you're connecting with anyone that you feel a real genuine connection with. I mean, I am seeing communication. There's at least one person that's interested in you. I'm just not really feeling like you're really connecting with anyone on that deep level. So some of you may be making the decision to just kind of back away and go on a little solo journey. You know? Because, I mean, honestly, when you're walking in that energy of abundance, it don't take long. Don't take long at all. You can smell it from a mile away. And I think a lot of you are really starting to step into that energy. Really starting to step into that energy. Because when you're walking in a vibration of abundance, that means you're not desperate. When you're not desperate, that means you're selective about what energy you allow into your space, right? Think about it. Most relationships and connections are being formed on some vibration of need, emptiness, and desperation. Well, answer me this. If I don't need you, why would I bring you into my life? Can you answer me that? I don't need you for anything. I don't need you to make me happy. I don't need you to make me feel less lonely. I don't need you to complete me. I don't need you to support me. I don't need you at all. So why would I bring you into my life if I don't need you? If I don't need you for any fucking thing, the only reason you would earn a spot in my life is if there is a real, genuine fucking connection. A real one. A real one. I'm talking we're connected at a soul fucking level. You know, that's why you would earn a spot in my life. And that, when you're walking in that energy of abundance, that's unfucking mistakable. Sometimes you can see it in a person. I'm not just talking about romance. I'm talking about in general, you know. I live my life to where I don't connect with nobody unless there's a real, genuine connection. And real, genuine connections in a world full of fake bullshit, they're hard to find. But if you're as sensitive to energy as me, I can see somebody fucking 30 feet away, complete and total stranger. That's soul family. That's soul family right there. I recognize that person. Okay. You begin to get good at it. The more you walk in the energy of abundance, you can spot it. You can spot it from a mile away. As soon as you open up your mouth, all you got to say is, hey, how you doing today? Boom, I feel it. Your soul family, there's a connection there. Okay. You know? But when you're walking around on a vibration of emptiness, brokenness, loneliness, neediness, desperation, and you're just desperate to connect with somebody, anybody, just a faceless, nameless somebody, anybody, you can't fucking tell what's fake and what's not. You know? You can't tell. Can't fucking tell. Somebody could be blowing fucking rainbow smoke up your ass and it'd be pouring out your nose and you wouldn't even be able to tell. Can't tell, you know? I think a lot of you are really starting to step into that energy where it's becoming apparent. How many of you are there? Huh? I think a lot of you are there. A whole lot of you. All somebody got to do is open up their mouth. You can smell fake bullshit. Hey, it can be a path that's not fun all the time. Sometimes it can make you feel very isolated, you know? But that just helps you reinforce that vibrational energy of abundance, you know? Let's just get some advice, I guess. It's a strange message. I didn't expect that to come through, but Let's get some advice for the single Cancerians. Let's get some advice. Six of Cups. Hang on. 3 shuffles. There's 1, 2, and 3. Ooh, Devil card. Well, I think you're going through a period right now where you're being tested. Some of you, I think a lot of you have already been tested. And most people are tested more than once. That's very common. Very, very common. I think a lot of you, you're going through a period right now where you're being tested. And I ain't playing when I say that I think just by the intuitive feeling and the energy that's coming through here, I would say probably 75% of you who are at least following me are passing the test with flying colors. You know? I think so. Now, one thing I've been trying to revise over the past few weeks is what I mean when I say be picky and choosy about the energy. I say that a lot. You'll hear me say be picky and choosy about what the energy feels like. But I got to thinking the other day, I was like, well, I haven't really told you what to pick and choose, you know? Basically, what we're looking for, like I said, is a feeling of clarity and transparency. Most relationships and connections and friendships and whatnot are being formed on who can elicit the most invigorating explosion of emotions, right? That's what's glorified. That's what's glamorized in music and movies. You make me feel so amazing that I forget about all my problems, right? Well, guess what? So does a bottle of vodka. That's not what we're looking for. Now, I'm not saying that feeling is a bad thing. I'm not saying there's something wrong with that. What I'm saying is we don't want to let that take the wheel and make decisions for us. I'm not just picking and choosing the people who make me feel the best. Because you know what? 9 times out of 10, when somebody makes you feel really, 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 really fucking good, it's because they're doing that on purpose. And 9 times out of 10, when they're doing that on purpose, there's a reason why they're doing it. Most of the time. What I'm looking for is a sense of natural, calm, clear transparency. Right? Not my heart thumping, butterflies in my stomach, my knees shaking. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Blah, blah, blah. I'm not looking for that. I'm looking for clarity. I'm looking for that feeling where I know you, I see you. I have no need or desire to second guess anything that you say or do. I don't need to sit around and figure out what you're all about. I don't need to put you through 100 little fucking tests to make sure that you're a trustworthy individual. I don't need to ask you one thing today and then rephrase the same question in 2 days and see if you change your answer. I ain't got to do all that bullshit. I feel no need to do that. There's such a clear sense of transparency between the two of us that I don't need to do that. Right? That's what I would be looking for if I was you. If you feel like you're really, really, really getting suckered in, you know, to pleasure, that's the biggest problem in society today. Period. No matter what culture, country, wherever on the planet, most of us have been conditioned to conflate happiness and pleasure. You know what's really sad? A lot of fucking people don't even know what real happiness actually is. Our society has brainwashed us to believe that pleasure is happiness. Right? That's why they think that buying that new car is going to make them happy. Buying that new outfit is going to make you happy. Moving into that big, beautiful house is going to make you happy. That's not happiness. Again, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. There's nothing wrong with pleasure. As long as we know how to categorize what's happiness and what's pleasure. Relationships are the same thing. If me and you meet for the first time and you get me high like a fucking drug, I forget about all my problems when I'm with you. Not saying that's a bad thing, but I need to be aware that that's not happiness. And that's not love. And that's definitely not going to be permanent. That feeling is going to wear off. As long as I know that, it's all good. I'm expecting for 6 months, 8 months, a year down the line for that feeling to be gone. Because it will be. That's normal. That's natural. When that feeling goes away, that doesn't mean you're losing feelings for the person. That doesn't mean that they're not meeting your emotional needs. That's a totally normal, totally natural process that happens with anything that you obtain in your life. Brand new car, nice big house, new relationship. It's going to feel really invigorating in the beginning, and then that's going to wear off. Now, what do we got after that wears off? That's the question. That's when the vibration that you were carrying when you first connected with them is going to bubble up to the surface. That's when. So when me and you first connected, if I was vibrating at a frequency of brokenness, emptiness, and loneliness, and me and you meet, and you get me high like a drug, and I totally forget about all those problems. I'm not thinking about my brokenness and my emptiness no more because you get me high like a drug. Well, eventually that's going to wear off. I'm going to get comfortable with you. I'm going to get used to you. Now what am I left with? Brokenness, emptiness, and loneliness. You didn't fill that void. You distracted me from it. It's not a void anyways. How many of you have spent a little bit of time in the spiritual community? You ain't got to spend any kind of time in the spiritual community at all before you hear somebody say, we're all one. We are all connected. So that means there is no void to fill. It's not a void, it's a low vibration. That's very important to understand, okay? Anyway, I feel like those were the messages that my Cancerian family needed to hear, so I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. Thanks again for tuning in and playing along. Don't forget, information for personal readings is down there in the description. Don't forget, tomorrow, Saturday, we're doing our next round of live readings right here on this channel. $22.22. You can pre-order on my website. The list of pre-orders right now is small. So those of you who order right now will be in the very front of the line. The live stream will remain on my channel with all the readings timestamped in the comments. So you can read up more about that on my website, tarotwithrich.com. Link is in the description. All right. I'm out of here now, y'all. I will see you sometime between now and the rest of all eternity. Stay blessed.